Hello, today is the 23rd day of January 2013, and I did a video earlier about silver. Let's talk about silver, gold within this video, short and long-term analysis using NetDania. I'll give you the link. Go to the webpage on the link, find the charts, and then when you go to instruments, you'll find gold and silver spot. You don't see it here because it's lower than where the scaling is. But with that said, let's get this started. Here's a 1-minute chart for silver. I did a video earlier talking about 32.32 and its significance because I showed you this move here going down here. That 38.2% was resistance, and it broke above it up to the 61.8, which is that of 32.32. And as you can see, it resisted it, broke above it with a big move up to previous high. And then it supported here for a bit, crashed through. Now it's resisting this area. We got tick by tick on here as well. So we can see how massive 32.32 has been. It's been resistance quite some time. It has just now broken support. That doesn't mean that it's breaking down. After all, I say oftentimes that you often get a lower low or a failed move before you actually have that move. In fact, that tick might be what one might be hoping for if they want a break of this resistance. Okay, we'll look back at this silver short term at the end of the video just to see how this progresses. But anyway, I want to compare this with gold because there's some key differences within some of these time frames, and this goes some of the key things that I went over earlier so far today. 15-minute chart. This is a key interesting thing because before we were in a range of about 23 cents and 11 cents, but it's extended the range more than anything, got more volatile, but it's still sideways from this up move. Now let's compare this to gold. It's not the same. It's a sideways down move and just maybe making a bear flag more than anything. So you can get a little bit of differences. On the 1-hour chart, notice here how, is this the chart I wanted to show? This is the chart I want to show. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, you have this high and this low. And we can see now it's been resisting this previous high for quite some time. And, well, that's more often you test resistance, the more likely it is you take it out. But now let's compare this to silver. Much of a larger difference. Notice this high and low, and, well, it's well above this high now. So a little bit of a different pattern, to say the least. 8-hour chart, the obvious situation here is you've broken above this high. And notice this low in here. Let me just go back to it again. If you're watching chart analysis and you see that you break through key support, because obviously that was massive support, 8-hour chart, you can see that was just massive support. And it really, when you look at this, that's just all you need to do is break and hold below 30 for you to fail this breakout, make it a failed move basically. So it's a massive situation when you were back at this day when you were breaking below support. So you see it breaking below, and now you're back up to resistance. Now, is this going to be resistance? You don't know at the time, unless you know some information that's extraordinary. But with that being said, you start to see in this area here, oh, wait a second here. It's looking like this might be a failed move. What does that mean? Yeah, that's very common. Okay, so that's some of the key things on that. Daily chart here, higher high above here. It's expected to make a higher low now above this. And you would like it to be on the low 31s if now is the area at the top. If it goes up to, say, here, then maybe what your higher lows, maybe higher, like 32, 33, but whatever. However, what's important is to make a second higher high. If, of course, this tops in here, because you're expecting a higher low. You went from lower low, or lower high, lower low, to higher high. So now you go to higher low and higher high. That's one of the basic ways of saying, okay, this downtrend is now looking to be completed. Comparing this to gold, fairly similar to say the least. It's let's look at its highs and lows. It made a higher high here. And so I would be saying here, okay, I expect a higher low. Oh, it's a matching low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, matching high right now. Okay, the progression, it's better than a lower high. Same thing. I need to see a higher low and a higher high for me to start to say, okay, it looks like this downtrend may be completed. Now let's do some long-term analysis. Let's look at this on the monthly chart. I talked about these silver corrections in a video a few days ago. But I want you to notice, what do you see here in this uptrend? You see a few corrections here and there. You have this one. That's a noticeable one. What other ones do you see? There's this one. There's this one. There's obviously this one at the start of it. And of course the one that we're in now. Notice the move on the break of every key resistance. Starting with this. You break out here. Decent green up. Sideways tick or a neutral tick. 3 up ticks. Neutral. 3 up to the top. That's a clear uptrend. And the move was going from well, I think it's I've calculated this beforehand. It's not quite double. So again, breaking this resistance here, 2 green ups, decent sized moves, 1 consolidation candle, 3 up moves, and then the break of this resistance in here. You had originally had this green candle up with consolidation, but here you just had your slow momentum move up to the upside. So a little bit different there. So the question is, what would you expect on a break of this 1920? And if you say, well, what do you expect if you break down below support? Well, what happened when we broke down this support? I would expect the same thing back here if support's broken. And on the break of resistance, I would fully expect it to either have a fast move like we see here or some sort of slow grinding up move, either or on the resistance. Silver, same time frame. On the corrections here, so I did the video about the 2004 correction. So on the breakout, you have 1, 2, 3 nice green candles, okay sized, 1 consolidation candle in here, and then 2 big ones. Breaking out above this level here, it didn't have much of a gain, but it had a couple decent sized candles. Breaking past 20, you had a big move. You had basically 4 decent up green ticks, 1 consolidation candle, and then 3 more decent upticks as well. So breaking past 50, you would expect pretty much similar things. We'll take a quick look at the gold to silver ratio, then we'll go back to the short term, see how 32.32 has been doing. So let's go to the gold silver ratio now. And I think the key thing here is you're in the key range of 60 to pretty much 40, 46, 47. And that's as long as it's in that range, it's just neutral, basically. But on the short-term analysis here, you can see that it's been in a downtrend because silver has been outperforming gold. And within this, I want to talk about this type of pattern here, the 2-hour chart. This is a situation where you have consistent lower highs and lower lows and downtrends, which this is. And the same is true for higher highs and higher lows, for just the polar opposite of this. How many higher highs and higher lows are there within this chart? Starting here. So you have this low, this high. You have this low. Oh, you have a higher high here. Okay. But then you follow that through with a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You got, you know what, this is a lower high, lower low, lower high. Oh, there's a higher high here, but then it followed through with a lower low. And when you see a higher high like that develop to that, then I'm still not buying yet that this downtrend is over. I'm expecting another lower high. But when I see a lot of lower highs and lower lows, I need more than just a couple higher highs. I need at least, when I see from this high, is I need to see this at least get over 53.50. And that's a 130 gain. That's well over 2%. That's about it. Okay, so let's take a look at silver here and see 30. It's still at the 32 level. Let's take a look at this on the 1 minute time frame. Just consolidating, but with that being said, I do like the odds that it should continue to move higher as it's been in the uptrend. I guess I'm just trying to look at some key levels here. I think, again, this is the same situation. When you make a lot of higher highs and higher lows, I would really need to see this thing break down below 31 for me to consider that I could put this in a bear trend on the short term. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this video, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.